Hey, this is the Bible Forum. It's January 21, 2018. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. I know you don't know a whole lot about cryptocurrency. I don't either. Cryptocurrencies, electronic transactions, are poised to dominate the future, according to some experts. Many believe the technology behind Bitcoin will be the reason. So what's the technology? Well, it's called blockchain. And many think this is really the future of financial transactions. In simple terms, blockchain is a growing online record. For example, Citizen A agrees to buy a product from Citizen B using Bitcoin. When he does, the blockchain records the transfer of the Bitcoin from Citizen A to Citizen B. When Citizen B eventually buys something using the Bitcoin, his transaction is added to the existing record. And all of this goes on, generating a record of every transaction in the life of a specific Bitcoin. Now, if all this blockchain did was these transactions, it wouldn't be revolutionary. But a second component makes blockchain groundbreaking. Unlike other electronic transactions, blockchain records are public. They don't exist in a centralized location such as a commercial bank or the U.S. Federal Reserve. Instead, they're stored over a large decentralized network. This means blockchain records exist on computers all over the world, and it makes cryptocurrency counterfeiting almost impossible, since altering any past records requires widespread collusion across the entire network. This is one of the main reasons so many people are excited about Bitcoin. They believe the public records make it less susceptible to fraud and theft. But that's not the only benefit. They point to other benefits as well. One of Bitcoin's benefits is its limited supply. Unlike many government-backed currencies, Bitcoin features a fixed number of coins that protects its value. So a central bank can't print more Bitcoins and destroy that value. Many also believe Bitcoin offers a greater level of privacy protection and anonymity. Why? Well, because even though blockchain records are public, each transaction is tied to an online address rather than any of the information related to the person's identity. With these benefits, many people believe Bitcoin or perhaps some other cryptocurrency will become the money of the future. Is any of this realistic? Well, many believe the answer is yes. Primarily because the decentralized nature of blockchain records make their transactions more secure. And as more and more businesses conduct online transactions, people will demand greater levels of security. Second, all paper money will soon be obsolete. Everybody knows that. And when that happens, cryptocurrencies will be the most efficient and convenient alternative, at least immediately. Whether it's blockchain-backed cryptocurrencies or some other form of electronic currency, paper money is going away. It won't just fall out of favor due to inconvenience, but outside of museum showcases, it will disappear forever. How can we be so sure? Well, because counterfeiting will soon be impossible to prevent. Advances in technology make that a certainty. New technologies will soon lead to desktop printing of 3D objects where every molecule is perfectly positioned. With such technologies, counterfeiters will not be able to be stopped. They'll flood the world with perfect copies of every national currency. No one will be able to tell the difference between a fake dollar bill and a real one. And when that happens, both of them will be worthless, and world governments will have no choice. They'll quickly do away with all physical currency, and all economic transactions will go electronic. Now, governments are not going to sit around and wait for this to happen. They're going to be proactive. Because of the benefits mentioned earlier, security, supply stability, and privacy, the use of non-government issued cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin will become more widespread. But do they really provide the benefits they promise? Many are out there insisting that they do. But history seems to point in another direction. Unregulated cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin take power away from the government. They also invite tax evasion and other illegal activities. And trust me, government loves taxes. And government loves control. Is it realistic to believe governments will just take this? Not likely. And in the face of government power, don't count on the security and anonymity of Bitcoin, as well as all the other cryptocurrencies. For instance, many will tell us that Bitcoin can be hacked. And the response to that is maybe. But it's hard to believe national governments with their massive resources won't be able to hack Bitcoin. Even if counterfeiting of Bitcoin proves impossible, Bitcoin exchanges and user accounts are still susceptible to fraud and hijacking. The idea Bitcoin offers total security will prove false. And what about personal privacy? Those who champion Bitcoin say it offers anonymity because each coin is linked to a specific public address and not to a person's name or home address. But is it realistic to believe governments or even individual hackers can't unmask and identify each person behind a Bitcoin address? History and experience says the answer is obvious. Government, with its massive resources, can identify every Bitcoin user if they want to. And since Bitcoin transactions are blockchain, which is an open and public record, governments can track and follow every Bitcoin transaction in the world. In a world where paper money no longer exists, that last sentence should grab your attention, because the Bible describes such a system nearly 2,000 years ago. At the close of the 1st century AD, the book of the Revelation foretold the establishment of an end-time economic system eerily similar to a world dominated by cryptocurrencies. We've seen it coming. Many have speculated on how it would work. A centralized computer with every believing human having access to financial transactions. Slide your EMV-equipped card into the machine. Then wait. Watch it being accepted and the transaction going through. You do know what an EMV card is, right? It's a credit card with that little square chip on one end. EMV, EuroPay, MasterCard, and Visa. The chip makes the merchant responsible for discrepancies rather than the card company. The chip is relatively large as electronic chips go. Some people already have electronically compatible images tattooed onto their bodies, shoulders, arms, hands, ears, wherever. The Bible predicts a time when a global dictator will require everyone on the planet to receive a mark on their right hand or the on their forehead. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And without that mark, the people of the world will not be able to buy or sell anything. Verse 17. So how will it work? Well, we already know how it will work. It's been working for the last 30 years or more. The chip is simply the latest innovation, and it's here because of security issues. Meaning the chip allows computers to track our purchases on a global scale. Today, cryptocurrencies require all transaction records to be available in the public domain. While names and other identifiable information won't necessarily be a part of the public record, governments have the resources to unmask those identities. This will especially be true of the Antichrist's global government, which will have the power over all the people on the face of the earth. Revelation 13:7. Hacking cryptocurrencies will be easy for such a government. So what does it all mean? It means we're fast approaching a time the prophets warned about. The end times, they're near. The Great Tribulation, the Antichrist, the global government, it's all coming. But that also means something else. It means the return of Jesus is also near. And that is offered as comfort so that we would have no fear. No fear of what that future is going to bring and how it's going to work, because Jesus is coming. Remember this discussion when the day comes and you are asked to have that little square chip on your credit card with the electronic wiring and whatever it is tattooed on your person somewhere for security. I told you so.